everyone, welcome back to another Chit Chat with Cass. Today I'm going to be diving into ASMR in the media. I recently mentioned this idea in a vlog, and a few of you wanted me to elaborate on this and do a full podcast episode dedicated to this. I wanted to kind of hear my thoughts and opinions on the topic, if you will. I've been thinking about doing this particular episode for a long time, but recent events kind of really pushed me to talk about it, I guess. I have another podcast episode about ASMR and kind of being an ASMR artist, but this one is really focused on the media and some recent reactions to the world of ASMR. So I have to imagine that most people listening to this podcast have found me from my main YouTube channel, Calming Escape, and that is where I make ASMR videos, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, ASMR, okay? They are basically relaxing videos that can help people to feel these calming little head tingles. They can help with anxiety, some people's depression, insomnia, and just kind of daily shit that people can go through. It's just for relaxation and feeling a bit better at the end of your day. So my main channel is all about ASMR, while my second channel is a mix of things like vlogs, other types of videos, and this particular podcast. So by no means am I an expert on this topic or the spoken word of ASMR. Actually, a lot of people within the ASMR community have a lot of different opinions on some of these topics that I'm going to be talking about. I'm just coming from my experience and what I have witnessed through the years of being an ASMR artist. I've been around for quite some time. I started my channel back in 2012, so in May, I will be celebrating my 7th YouTube anniversary. And I was an active viewer for probably about a year before I actually opened my own channel. So I've been around these relaxing videos, the whisper community, and what is now ASMR for about 8 years. I have seen a lot happen and go down in this community. Some of that drama that maybe some newcomers don't really know about, or things that us ASMR artists that were pretty new to the game experienced once upon a time, or even, missing some of those channels that have since been deleted. I would say that in the last few years, ASMR has been gaining popularity. And so with this, more media, celebrities, and YouTubers have been covering ASMR. And this is a good and bad thing, in my opinion. There are some people in the group or the community of ASMR that think that no publicity is bad publicity, like that kind of thing. That at least ASMR is being covered and more people are talking about it. And while I see some of these points, I do not fully agree with that. ASMR is something that is very hard to explain. You have to have experienced those head tingles. You have to understand the feeling. It is a different and even weird sort of thing. I'm not going to deny that, okay? But some of these media sources are a bit frustrating to me. And that is the media for you on any topic. They will find a way to spin the story and go with it, even if sometimes without much knowledge, information, or research on the topic. So, in some cases, it's reported to make fun of whatever the hell ASMR is, right? Or to poke fun at anyone that creates or watches these type of videos. And as much as I try sometimes, these articles, videos, and posts can sometimes get to me. This is a reason I could never be a celebrity, because a bad article about ASMR and I get up all in my anxiety feels, I could never handle that about myself. I totally get and understand that people do not understand what the whole video craze is, and that's cool. I get it. But some of it feels very lazy to me. Like some of these reports, some of these articles, like, did you even try? Did you try to look into why people are watching these videos? Or how they can benefit people? Did you look into it or research any of it before you wrote this article or you posted this documentary? Did you try? Or did you just find this trend on YouTube and you go with it and you misinform people and poke fun at anyone that's involved? It is also very much a trend for a lot of people right now. Also understand that. While a lot of us have been around for years making content, these days you have celebrities and YouTubers jumping on board because the trend that is ASMR. They feel like it's new. It's new and trendy. It's brand new. Nope, it's been around for years. And this is once again positive and negative. All of ASMR's mention in the media is not bad, not at all. There are some good pieces and some bad pieces, just like everything in life. Everything that is reported, everything that is newsworthy, there are good and bad sides to it. Exposure can be good, in moderation, I feel. Right now, because ASMR is becoming such a huge thing, everyone is jumping on board with the ASMR stories, because it's the new trend. It's a bit much, if you ask me. And it's not really a new trend. Like I said, it's been around. I myself have been watching videos for 8 years. And a lot of people don't seem to realize just how long these tingles have been around. Or that most of us have experienced these sort of head tingles our entire lives. I saw one article just the other day that was talking about how ASMR makeup videos were this new thing, this new craze to hit the ASMR world. And I'm like, honey, that's one of the ways I first started watching ASMR 8 years ago, was makeup tutorials that were unintentional ASMR, and then into role plays or ASMR artists doing their own makeup. This is not a new thing. This has been around for years. So focusing on the exposure of ASMR recently and some of the media groups or influencers talking about it, we have things like W Magazine doing ASMR interviews with different celebrities. Now, I happen to really enjoy these, at least the ones that I've seen. I haven't found them to be rude or misinformed. I actually think it's rather clever. They've had a great group of celebrities whisper or try different sound triggers for the W interview, and I've really enjoyed these. You know, the celebrities might giggle or not fully get it, but at the same time, there's been some great ASMR videos from those particular interviews. And I feel like it's just a more positive introduction to ASMR. Some of the ones that I have seen have been with like Nina Dobrev, Paris Hilton, Cardi B, who actually loves ASMR. She talks about it. It's kind of cool. I've also seen Jennifer Garner, Melissa Benoist, Amanda Sternberg, Gal Gadot, Jake Gyllenhaal, Margot Robbie, and so many other ones. There are quite a few, but those are just the ones that I've seen. I feel like these videos are a great example and a great way to introduce ASMR to the media. You have these celebrities that a lot of people know their faces or their fans can see them in this interview. Maybe they'll find it weird. Or hey, maybe they'll find it relaxing and they'll look into what ASMR is and they'll find this world of the ASMR community or the whisper community or these head tingles that a lot of us have felt since childhood. And they'll discover how these videos could help relax or benefit them. So this particular piece in the media, these W interviews, I find that to be a very positive introduction to people that don't know what ASMR is. Even if the celebrities maybe don't get ASMR or they're just having fun with it, I do find it to be a good way to introduce something new to people that might not understand. You also have other YouTubers talking about it too. Now that this is all such a huge thing, big time YouTubers are trying it out and talking about it in their videos and their vlogs, which once again, for me, it's hit and miss. It's a little crazy for me, to be honest. I remember when there were a handful of people making these videos, and now some of my favorite YouTube creators are mentioning ASMR in their videos. Like, whoa, when the hell did that happen? And like I said, it can be good. Exposure is not bad at all. I would love for more people to discover tingles and how great and relaxing they are. Or for it to be not so weird anymore. That would be a dream come true. Where I could like comfortably talk about how great it is or how many amazing messages I've gotten about my videos, helping people through like more daily things like stress, anxiety, insomnia, to more intense things where I've gotten messages thanking me for my videos because they helped someone through cancer treatment or they helped someone with severe PTSD and other illnesses like that. Like these are the messages that I have received about how my videos have helped people over the 7 years that I've been making videos. And I wish I could share more of that positive light to what it's like to be a creator in this ASMR world. So exposure could get us there. It takes those steps. But I would also like things to be properly explained and not simply the punchline of a joke. I will say that a lot of YouTubers immediately go to eating sounds as ASMR, like in vlogs or different things that I've seen where suddenly, whoa, they're talking about ASMR. It still trips me out. Which, yes, some people do like mouth sounds or eating sounds, but that's not all ASMR is. ASMR is a feeling from audio or visual triggers. It's so many things. Delicate tasks, certain sounds even, like music sometimes. Just depends on the person. It's kind of a huge spectrum of triggers, and everyone's triggers are going to be different, so it doesn't fit into a cookie cutter mold that some people like to suggest it is in some of their videos. I think one of my biggest disappointments when I hear one of my favorite YouTubers mention something that I love so much like ASMR is when they immediately make fun of it. And I have a good sense of humor, so don't think I'm off crying in the corner because someone said it's weird. That's a bit dramatic. And I know it is kind of weird. The ones that really get me are a few creators that I've seen talk about mental health and how they are struggling with their anxiety. It's not doing well, or they can't sleep. Their insomnia is making them sick. Then 2 seconds later into their video, they are making fun of people who create or watch ASMR videos. Hold on. Come on now. Come on. A lot of us watch these videos or listen to these sounds during panic attacks, myself included. Or when insomnia is controlling your life. Or when you just need to chill out. There are so many reasons why people watch these relaxing videos or audios. The people that make these comments clearly don't understand what ASMR is, to be 1 second talking about how bad their anxiety is, and then the next second to be making fun of someone that watches ASMR. There's the potential that you're making fun of someone that is also suffering through anxiety. And that's rude. I try to let these comments go, but they do sometimes make me feel bad. I enjoy making content so much. And those type of comments, stories, or headlines just bring my mood down, if I'm honest. And I sometimes feel a bit protective over my subscribers too. Hey, do not make fun of them. They are just trying to feel better. Get some sleep, live their life. If a tapping, a whisper video, whatever calms them down from their stress or gives them some tingles, let them live. It doesn't need to be the punchline of your joke. So you have more celebrities talking about it. The ASMR interviews, as I said, the big name YouTubers mention it and trying it out as well. I also think that because I remember when this group was so tiny and there were only a handful of creators, I'm honestly not used to ASMR being so openly talked about. And it's shot to the top, I feel in the last couple of years. I'm not used to it at all. I want to help people understand, right? But when people don't understand things, it usually ends up being the joke or the poke at someone or, the negative review about how creepy ASMR artists are. Yes, that is me, the creepy ASMR artist that whispers to her microphone. Mwahaha. Oh, I guess I should whisper that, right? Yes, that's me, the creepy ASMR artist that whispers to her microphone. Mwahaha. Yep, that's me. And as I have said many, many times, in my ASMR artist career with the media, articles written, videos made, or reviews shared, you get a lot of the same questions when talking about this topic because people don't understand. I get it. Is it weird? Sure. Why not? It is not a regular thing that you've seen or heard about, so it should be classified as weird, I guess. And that can only change with more positive exposure. But don't just stop at that question. Even though it can be weird to some people, give it a chance. See what it's all about, maybe. And in some cases, people like being weird. I myself am strange and unusual. Another question that always comes up in this ASMR world. Is it sexual? The golden question that is always asked. And like most things, I guess it depends on the viewer. For me personally, I don't find ASMR to be sexual. My first memories of ASMR are from my childhood. Trying to fall asleep and being tucked in, a teacher helping me with a math problem, or a friend playing with my hair at a sleepover. So for me, this tingling sensation is not a sexual feeling, but I'm, of course, not everyone. I actually saw this tweet the other day that I wanted to share with you guys. It's from another ASMR artist, and his name was Ricky7Whispers, but I believe he recently changed it to Ricky Ortizola. So his tweet said, "As the first guy who started making ASMR boyfriend roleplays, I'll say that ASMR is not a sexual thing. ASMR are the relaxing tingles one feels when stimulated by certain audio/visual triggers. These two are separate. However, one can use ASMR to enhance a sensual or sexual experience. And I really felt like I agree with this. Like when I read the tweet, I was like, okay, yes. Because it is a constantly debated thing within this community. People get in fights over it. Like, there's so much drama sometimes surrounding it. You either think it can't be sexual, or you're somewhere in the middle, or you just completely think it's porn. Like, there's so much drama surrounding this one question. But I really agreed with this tweet. ASMR, at the core, I don't think it needs to be about sex. Like, calm down, everyone. But I see the point where some videos, audios, or triggers can be taken more sensual, I suppose, depending on the purpose of the video or the creator's intent. I understand where it could go that direction, but the core of it is not a sexual thing. It depends on kind of where it branches off. Just like I said before, there are a spectrum of triggers for people, and as it grows, it can't fit into a cookie cutter mold. But a huge pet peeve of mine when these articles post about ASMR is when they use the tagline, brain orgasms. Like, I freaking cannot stand it. I hate that name. I hate that tagline. They do it just as a clickbait title. It's so annoying. Like, I hate the term. It tries to connect these feelings that so many of us have felt since children to sex. Not everything is about sex. I understand that some people see it more as a sensual side to ASMR, and to each their own. I personally do not, and those aren't the type of videos that I make. But to say that ASMR is sexual or porn related is ridiculous. There are different spectrums to ASMR, just like with everything else in this world, so I only wish that these articles or reports would take note of the different types of ASMR, not loop it into every single video is a porn video. Like, come on. I mean, I know there are a lot of kinks out there, but I'm pretty sure my videos tapping on a coffee mug aren't porn. Who knows? Maybe they are to some people. So if the exposure that ASMR gets moves us away from this sexy tingle feeling, that would be great. At least in my opinion. And for the love of God, please stop using the term brain orgasms. I hate it so much. Let's just agree that there are different spectrums to ASMR. If you want to think it's sensual, fine, do your thing. If you want to use it for a panic attack like I do your thing. Let's just stop saying that when some of us are in a severe anxiety attack and we bring up an ASMR video to relax to, like a doctor roleplay. That's my favorite. It's not because we're wanting to watch porn, guys. And that's what so many articles say. So there are two things that really inspired this podcast episode. So one of them is Ellen DeGeneres' show, and another one was the Super Bowl. Let's talk about Ellen first. So obviously she is a talk show host, and recently on her channel, she did a segment on ASMR. So I am a fan of hers. I like to watch her show, her little posts on YouTube or Twitter. So when I saw this was posted, I was like, holy shit. This is so crazy. Like, I remember when it was the Whisper community, ASMR has grown so much. But when I watched it, was not good. Not good at all. It was basically turned into this massive joke, which she is a comedian, so I get it, fair game. But this was a great example of it seeming like the media, and in this case, Ellen or her people, they didn't even try to understand what it was. Instead, they kind of just made fun of it. And anyone watching got a laugh or was officially misinformed about what it really was. Ellen tried like some personal attention with the camera, but it was once again in a very mocking way. I believe she played some of Maria's videos, Gentle Whisperings videos, and she was kind of like making fun of her. I don't know. It personally rubbed me the wrong way. I don't think that Maria had a problem with it. I think that she had posted about how crazy it was to be on the Ellen show, which that is cool. Like, congrats to her. But I just personally didn't like how mocking like the segment was, and it really seemed like they didn't even try to understand what it was. So when I watched it, it just made me feel like shit, honestly. Like, I'm being totally honest, like, I am a human and I have massive anxiety, and it flared up after watching that. In those moments, it made me feel super stupid for being an ASMR artist and making this content. Like, isn't that horrible? Like, I do not want to feel like that. It's so horrible. But as we say sometimes, like, the negative can definitely outwin the positive sometimes. I wish it wasn't that way, but that's just life. So as I watched that segment, all the amazing comments I get on my videos, like, disappeared. And I thought to all the ways people are made fun of for making ASMR, or hell, like, some ASMR artists have even been massively bullied over it. Like, you gotta love the internet, right? So in conclusion, that segment left a bad taste in my mouth. It was just not good, in my opinion. I really wish she would have had someone on the show to explain, like an ASMR artist or someone on Skype. Like, or hell, you could have read something off of Google, right? At least inform yourself a little bit. This is coming from a show that is meant to end off with, be kind to each other. So that segment just was not for me. Now, I still like Ellen, and I'm not like boycotting her or anything, but it definitely kind of steered me in a different direction, if you will. Like, I feel if someone would have been like a guest there to further explain, like, let's say Maria was there, okay? Like, Ellen could have done her little comedy bit, like, ASMR is weird, right? And like kind of tried her own thing, but then had someone explain actually what it is and how it can benefit people. I think that would have been a little bit better, but instead it was just, as I said, the punchline of the joke. Who knows? I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts on that ASMR segment was. I will say that I love this ASMR community because as soon as the video went up on Twitter and everyone was tweeting about it, so many people chimed in, like telling her she wasn't informed and where she could go to find the information or who she could talk to. So that maybe some people suggested that maybe she shouldn't make fun of something she didn't fully understand. Those comments were just like helpful to see. You know, they kind of helped my mood a little bit after watching that, and I was just kind of depressed after watching it. So it was good to see people like, hey, Ellen, like, we still like you, but why don't you watch this? It explains it. Or why don't you read this? It explains it. Or talk to this person or this person. Like, let's spread awareness instead of misinformation. When I was making the outline for this podcast, I was curious, so I went to the Ellen Show on YouTube, and I looked at the ASMR video again, and there's actually more dislikes on it than likes. And the comments are amazing. Like, there's a lot of great comments trying to, I guess, stand up for ASMR or voice all these opinions about the benefits to it. So that was a bit refreshing to read through some of those. It reminded me that even though it is weird to so many outside people, I have so many viewers and the whole ASMR community has so many amazing viewers that do benefit from this and don't think it's weird. It definitely lifted my spirits, if you will. So the ASMR community can be a nice place for like us little tingle heads to be supportive and positive of each other, if you will. I did see one comment specifically that was very well written and stood out to me. It was by another ASMR artist, and I thought I would read it. So it says, I feel like Ellen's a little misinformed about ASMR in this video. I appreciate her bringing awareness to the community, but ASMR isn't a fad just because it's grown in popularity lately. It's been around for many, many years, and the need for ASMR is growing, so the community will grow with it. I wish people recognized its health and relaxation benefits instead of mocking it because they don't understand it. This gave me a flashback of being bullied in college for making ASMR videos. I always thought of Ellen to be someone who embraces uniqueness and innovation, not someone who makes fun of it. I truly hope she brings an ASMR creator, like Maria or ASMR Surge, onto her show to explain the phenomenon. And that was by Lily Whispers ASMR. I thought that was a beautifully written comment. Pretty much summed up what I thought, so I just thought I would share it. Talking about like some of these ASMR artists that do interviews and whatnot, I have to give a lot of them props. The ones that like, whether it be written interviews, video interviews, Skype, in person, whatever, documentaries, all that, that spread awareness and positivity about the topic. GB has been one lately that I see a lot of interviews from her, and she does them so well. She represents ASMR in such a great light, and she answers the questions like perfectly in my opinion, so really like props to her. I saw a more local news segment from her that GB was featured in, and the coverage was really great. Like, it covered ASMR like a regular news segment instead of a comedy skit. Like, thank you, journalism, for actually doing your research. So the second thing that inspired this episode was the Super Bowl. So first of all, I hate football, but by the way, so like I missed the horrible game, or at least I was told it was a horrible game. Like, I honestly have no idea. So this year, an ASMR ad played during the Super Bowl. What the hell? Once again, I remember when it was the itsy bitsy little whisper community. Like, when did this happen? So this ad was actually released a few days before that Sunday, and I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. It's a beer commercial. It's relaxing. It's beautiful to watch. The sounds are really cool. It has Zoe Kravitz in it, and I just thought it was great. Like, granted, I like ASMR. I watch ASMR. I thought it was a beautiful ad. So when this was announced and released, I knew that there would be backlash. Like, I prepared myself for that, because if you don't understand ASMR, it might be a bit weird or odd with not much to go on, and suddenly she's whispering in a beer commercial. So I kind of prepared myself for the hate or the backlash. And of course, a lot of people did not like it. It was weird, creepy, cringy, horrible, uncomfortable. The comments went on and on. Because for some unforsaken reason, why did I do this? I went down the rabbit hole of Twitter hate comments after the commercial aired. Why did I do that? And damn it, it made me feel like shit again. So that's not a healthy way to go, Cassie. Like, way to go. Don't read the hate comments. It's bad for your soul. But I did want to see some of the feedback, and there was some good and bad, but of course I focused on the bad. So in this case, I don't think the media was to blame. The commercial is beautiful and well made. I think that it kind of goes back to people not giving it a chance. Some people can be pretty bitchy about things they don't like, right? Like things they don't understand or comprehend. It does go back to each their own that I mentioned, but think of all the people that might like ASMR if they actually gave it a chance. Like all those people out there that can't sleep at night, and a single ASMR video could help them just get some sleep. Just like simple as that. I watched the ad again before recording this, and it's really nice. If anything, it does bring more awareness to the community and to ASMR. I think it might just be the negativity that some of us, myself included, focus on that can be hard. That sometimes it can make me wish the community was small again, but at the same time, it's good that it's growing. But sometimes I do miss things when they were less drama. Less things to focus the drama on. The YouTube comments on the ad are actually very positive too, so that's something. So ASMR in the media. Goods and bads. Gonna depend on my mood on if I take it as a joke or if I get really annoyed. I will say there was an article a few months back that came out and it was horrible. It was so negative. It ripped ASMR artists apart, the community, mental health, a lot of it. It was so bad. It like changed my mood so drastically. I was depressed for days after reading that article, which is really shitty. If ASMR is being recognized, I wish it could be like a very happy feeling, but there was no positivity in this article. I was so annoyed at it, like, and just irritated by the whole situation. I actually didn't film for a few weeks after that because it gave me anxiety. I didn't want to think about making content or posting anything because of all the negativity surrounding that particular piece's comments, which is just negative in itself. It was like sucked away something that I love to do because everyone was being so mean about it. So like most things in life, it is more important to focus on the positive articles, but some of those bad comments can sting a bit. And please don't feel the need to leave a comment saying, oh, don't listen to the haters. Yes, I'm aware. I know. I know. That's not what this episode is about. I get it. I'm just sharing some of my feelings as an ASMR artist because, like, my videos are out there. Like, people can see, obviously, I watch ASMR, I create ASMR because my face is in the videos. So it's kind of a big deal when, like, people take jabs at ASMR artists that are trying to help relax the world. I sound like a beauty pageant participant. It just kind of sucks when they take stabs at us because they don't like it or don't understand it when we're not hurting anyone. We're not creepy, evil people, I promise. I think this episode and this topic in general was just some of the thoughts about ASMR and how it is represented in the media, how it can grow in a positive way, and how things can be explained or explored with an accurate description. Like just, I don't know, good journalism, I guess you could say. Google it. I do hope that ASMR can continue to grow with more positive light and good articles, and maybe some people that think it's weird or creepy, they'll find that it helps them de-stress at the end of the day. Like, that would be a beautiful thing, because nobody wants others to have anxiety. At least I don't. I hate anxiety. It's the worst feeling ever. So if someone could discover ASMR and suddenly chill out their panic attacks, that would be a beautiful thing. Maybe maybe more people can relax, de-stress, or calmly escape from their daily worries, as I say. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope I wasn't too rambly or ranty with this. I just had some thoughts for a while, and I thought I would share. I would love to hear what you guys think about ASMR in the media. Do you think the exposure is great? Does the negativity bother you, maybe as a viewer? Or if you are an ASMR artist, you can share your thoughts too. Maybe it's similar to mine, or maybe it's different. Does the negativity or the exposure just come with any sort of media influence, or really like anything in life? I would just love to hear what your guys' thoughts are, whether you are an ASMR viewer or creator. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and I will catch you in the next Chit Chat with Cass.